Well, the controversy over the Confederate flag continues, and now NASCAR is weighing in.
Yeah, in a sport historically linked to the South, it's not a shock that fans many times bring their stars and their bars with them, but that's no more. At least that's the hope. According to NASCAR officials and drivers, they're asking people to leave those flags at home. Some are even saying that they're going to give them a new flag. Daytona will this weekend. They're going to trade out a Confederate flag, and they're going to give them an American flag in return.
So fans who would like to fly the American flag, we'll trade with you on whatever flag that you have. We want you to celebrate that flag this weekend. That's what's important. You know, going forward, really have to look about where that flag, the other flag goes, because it doesn't have a place in our sport.
Wow. CEO Bill France also addressed the flag, saying we will be as aggressive as possible to disassociate NASCAR fans from an offensive and divisive symbol. We are working with the industry right now to achieve that goal. So we want to know what you think about that.
Yeah, tad bit of a controversial subject when you're talking about those people in the South, which is where we are. So send us your comments on our Facebook page. We're going to have your answers at 4:30 for today's Your Voice.
Weather.
Interesting. All right. Now, I want to get back to that Your Voice question of the day. Do you support NASCAR's decision to encourage fans to leave the Confederate flags at home this weekend at the races at Daytona?
Yeah, despite the deep-rooted tradition of NASCAR as a Southern sport, they say there is no place for the stars and bars at NASCAR events. Both NASCAR officials and drivers are standing behind the policy, led by one of NASCAR's biggest names.
I don't think there's a place for it. You know, just to me, I support NASCAR. I'm so glad that they've banned it. We've done the same thing at Hendrick Motorsports, and anything that we can control, it has no place on any of our, team apparel or memorabilia or anything like that.
So we ask you what you think about this.
And here we go with some of those opinions. Richard Gehring, I hope I said that name right, Richard, says that this stuff is getting out of hand. Dale Sr. used to use the number 3 on a Confederate flag for years until his death.
And Tracy Gallion says that why don't we fly the American flag in honor of our vets instead this weekend? You know, in honor of our veterans.
And then there's Kit Rice, says that it's a shame that NASCAR and eBay have chosen to disrespect the Confederate flag. It's not a racist thing. It is a symbol of our history.
Well, it was an unexpected class reunion inside the unlikeliest of places. All right, we want to get back to the Your Voice question of the day. Do you support NASCAR's decision to encourage people to fly the Confederate flag at home?
Yeah, now despite the deep-rooted tradition of NASCAR as a Southern sport, they say there's no place for the stars and the bars at NASCAR events.
Well, Jim McMillan says, who is NASCAR to tell anybody what to do, much less the people who are spending money on their events if people stop supporting them?
Yeah, Bob Cherry says NASCAR needs to get rid of those fast cars that represent illegal moonshiners driving recklessly to avoid being captured. That is a classic comment, Bob. Please continue to contribute. That's awesome.
I love how you laughed when you said it. All right, Jerry Harper says the Confederate flag is not and has nothing to do with any problems in this country. It is being used as a distraction from the real problem.
That's hilarious.